One of the great, not quite so young, but maybe hasn't been out on tour as long as many, JT Poston joining us. JT is here for two really good reasons. First of all, he's in the tournament. That's the best part. You had a terrific year, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But secondly, you know this place a little bit. Tell us the JT Poston, Western North Carolina guy getting to Congaree.
Yeah, I mean, so I kind of touched on it in our interviews earlier. Is John and I have a great relationship. He's kind of been a mentor and swing coach of mine since I was a kid, and so that's kind of where my connection to Congaree started. When they first bought the piece of property and started breaking down some of the dirt and trees and building this place out, it was an experience for me. He invited me to come see it and see it from the ground up, and that's something that I've never gotten to see when it came to a golf course. And any
of the design features out here?
I can't take any credit. The closest thing I can get to that is when they were trying to figure out where to put tees. At the time, I was right out on tour, pretty fresh on tour, just turning pro, and so he was kind of using me to get a gauge on where balls were landing and where they were going and where to put tees and carry numbers, stuff like that, where to put bunkers. So that's as close as I got to the design world. But it was just cool to kind of take a step back and see it come to life.
You got to play here in June of 21. 2 days and you were gone. I mean, all that advantage doesn't work if you're not playing well. Now you're playing really well. You got to be excited about coming back.
I am, yeah. I think June of last year was a little bit of a learning curve for me. I think it's easy when it is your home course like that, or a course that you're very familiar with that you know other guys aren't. It's easy to put a lot of pressure on yourself that you feel like I should go out and win this tournament, or I should go out and play really well. And the bottom line is you may know the golf course better than everybody else, but you still got to execute. So I am excited about where my game is going into this year as opposed to last year. I feel like it's in a great spot, hitting the ball great. Took a little time off, which was much needed at the end of the season, and feeling a little more refreshed going into this fall, and so I'm really looking forward to it.
You tied for third at Harbortown in April last year, and folks were excited about that. This is almost the anti-Harbortown, isn't it? I mean, for some place that's only 50 miles apart, this isn't anything at all like that, is it?
Yeah, so Harbortown obviously is known for being very tight. You have to really control your ball off the tee and even in the greens, working around the trees, and it has its own uniqueness to it that we don't see a lot on tour. And here, I would say, you don't have the water. You're not on the body of water like you are in Harbortown or in Hilton Head, but you're kind of in here in the trees and in the dunes, and it's such a firm and fast golf course. It's like I said, it's not really anything like we'll see the rest of the year, I don't think, and I think it'll present a pretty unique and awesome challenge for the guys that play.
You had a spectacular year. After the tie for third at Harbortown, you end up winning the John Deere. You make it to the Tour Championship, which I think is kind of everybody's goal at the start of the season. Have you changed your goals then for this coming season now that you've made a Tour Championship?
I would say a lot of the goals remain the same at the start of each year. Your goal is to, like you said, you want to make it to the Tour Championship. You want to play well in the big events, the majors, and I think the biggest difference for me is having achieved that goal for the first time this past year, and now knowing and believing that I'm capable of doing it, and it becomes more of an expectation or a goal that I should do that every year. Now, will it happen every year? We'll see, but it's something that it doesn't feel like it's so far out there or not reachable or attainable. It's something that I've done before now, and am fully capable of doing again.
You've played horse on the driveway. It's now it's prove it. Is that what it is?
Exactly. It's prove it. You've been there before. It takes a little bit of the nerves away knowing that you've done it before, and it's where you want to be at the end of every year, because you know you've got a chance at the FedEx Cup. You know you've got a lot of times you probably have a chance at a Ryder Cup or President's Cup, which is kind of next on my list.
Going to be one of those coming up in a couple of years.
Those are one of the career goals for me that I want to accomplish, and the next step is being in Atlanta every year and giving yourself a chance.
All right. Congratulations on your terrific year this past year. Good luck on proving it again and getting to really kind of start that right here in a couple of weeks. Good luck to you. Thanks so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right. JT Poston, a name you should remember, a name you probably did remember on Sunday at Harbortown when he shot 64. He throws a couple of 64s here We'll be watching him on the weekend, that's for sure. Thanks to all our guests for making us just a little bit smarter, and thanks to you for tuning in to the WHHI Daily News. I'm Bob Stevens. If you missed anything at all, we'll be back in 90 minutes.